Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Libra. The sun is now in Capricorn, giving the light to the moon, which is in your sign. And it's not because your moon sign is in Libra, it's about the moment where the moon is in your sign, I can receive the information so that I can, through my subconscious, give you what is talking here, right? And so, of course, if it happens that you have moon in Libra as well, then sun in your sign, then this message is important for you as well. So the 11th major arcana and the 15th major arcana, we place them to the right because we're going to your full moon, which you get in your opposite sign, Aries. And this is an extroverted path, so whenever there is a person looking to the right, we feel it's an extroverted energy, and to the left, the introverted energy. But you also have to know, when we become the card, we don't look at it anymore, but we feel it from within, and so it's the opposite, right? So the 11, you immediately have a portal. You are ruled by Venus, and Venus, of course, is the Empress, and the Empress is bringing you here in the 3, right? The 3 that you can integrate. You share Venus with Taurus, and so you get along with Taurus. Now here we have the 15. The 15, we have the 10, Jupiter, and the 5, which is the 5 senses, or even the Hierophant, Taurus, right? And so the 5 senses are what blocks us here in this dimension, and only the third eye, the 6th sense, is where the liberation is. Because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn in the tarot is the world, and the world as we know it is very heavy, it's very intense, it's very 5 senses ruled. We can calculate, of course, this together and get a single digit number, which is important, but with the 11 we leave the portal. So we get a 6, and the 6 is the third eye, is that I know deep within myself, I can see the liberation, I can feel the self-love. That's what the 6 is. A self-love that comes by knowing yourself from deep within. The sun in Capricorn means that now we have an extroverted personality that wants to be successful, that wants to climb the mountain, but also gets attached on the way, because he can also look like this, right? And the moon, which is now in your sign, is that path up past the duality, past these 2 animals, dog and wolf, up to a higher consciousness. And that's where the subconscious is, where our feelings are, and we learn through that we can liberate ourselves. So very beautiful combination is coming here, right? Though sometimes they don't get so much along. She is a queen and she is a queen as well, and so sometimes 2 queens together, right? It's not always a good energy. In the yoga position, I gave you Natarajasana. You are dancing up that ladder and not working yourself up the ladder. And we have for you the Malasana, the squatting, right? The standing on the balls of your feet and holding yourself accountable for everything that is happening to you in front of your heart through the Namaste or the Anjali Mudra. You are the Queen of Swords. Is your birthday between September 12th and October 12th? Then is she your court card? She is quite intense. She can verbally cut your head off, your ego off. And so as Libra, you love everything beautiful, right? You love the equilibrium. You create a beautiful home. You're the 7th zodiac sign, and so also connected to the 7th house of love and partnership. So everything what you experience in a relationship, in a partnership, can be intense because you think you know better. So become aware of that, right? Don't think that you do everything more beautiful than everybody else. Sometimes we get stuck in thinking that, right? And we need to understand that others do it beautiful as well. Back to the last reading, because everything is cyclical. The Sagittarius Sun gave Libra Moon the light, and the message back then was Pluto in Aquarius, because Pluto moved on the 19th of November into Aquarius, and Aquarius is connected to you because he is the king of swords and you're the queen of swords, right? And so you get along with him or her. Pluto in Aquarius said 11, 22, 33, 44, may the force be with you. You had quite an intense reading here. I see the tower, I see the strength, and then the 11, a portal, right? The 22, again, the next portal, the 33, the next portal, and the 44. I mean, it's like in the Star Wars movie, right? May the force be with you. And we are going to look into now what is talking here through Capricorn. Where's the success? You had the Empress as well, and the Tower, like I said, and that's intense. And Gemini. I mean, it was quite an interesting reading. It's really cool. When I look at the picture now, I can see the reading again. But I think you actually cleared everything. Yep, so that's that. And we begin, of course, always with the Court card, because the Court card is your physical body that you choose to take on this lifetime. You get the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is Cancer. She's the fourth zodiac sign, and so the 7 and the 4, immediately you get an 11 again. So the sign is coming, right? You are the 11. In some decks you are the 8, right? So also know that. But here you get an 11. The 11 is the portal to heal your emotions, your feelings now. Become successful in that, because the next year is coming, and that's 2025, which is a 9. And the 9 is completion. So you want to come into an absolute healing with yourself, loving yourself. And here is a Queen of Cups that is maybe connecting with you, or you can integrate her now more into your life, right? Not be so brutal in cutting heads off, but heal people instead of cutting their head off. What is coming from her, right? From her deck, which is the Thoth Tarot, you get the 5 of Cups. That's Mars in Scorpio. And that's a disappointment, that's a sadness, and you see the pentagram inverted when we connect the 5 cups. But you also see 2 leaves here, and you also see this 2 energetic thing here, right? And the 2 is always duality. The 2 is always, we gotta understand that duality challenges us. So the 4 and the 5 is the 9, the completion. And so we can have here the 9th of July or the 7th of September as a date, right? But let's say we keep here the 11, then that's the 11th of May or the 5th of November as a date. But recognize that you are letting go of things that made you sad, and you healing that. And I think that's the message that's coming here. Mars in Scorpio, right? And before, Sagittarius was Scorpio, and Scorpio is connected with Pluto, and so may the force be with you. What is the Mother Peace Tarot saying? It's bringing you the Ace of Swords to the right. And so the Ace of Swords brings you the clarity to look at this from a higher perspective, because you are the Queen of Swords. So you have this. Cut your ego off that thinks, oh, well, all these things have happened to me, and I'm emotionally a little disturbed. But here you get now the Ace of Swords, bringing you meditation, bringing you transformation, and it's pointing to the 5 of Cups. right? And that's so beautiful with the round cards. That's why I'm using them as a clarification, because they are so precise. They really point over to the 5. So the 1 and the 5 is the 6. The 6 and the 4 is the 10. The 10 and the 7 is the 17. And that's Aquarius, right? That's the star. Be a star. Don't be someone that cuts head off, and really recognize that you can heal, that you can help people, and that you can make a difference first within yourself and then for others. And so it's a very beautiful moment. I can also, of course, calculate here the one with the 4. I get a 5-5 portal, right? So you see, we can kind of create different stories when we calculate the numbers together. But since it's pointing at this, it's literally saying, well, she's helping you to overcome this. And I think that's where the power lies, the sword, right? That clear thought that is coming to you now and is saying, hey, you better wake up. You better don't stay stuck in that sadness. Now comes the Empress, Venus. And here comes the Chariot. And so there really is a Cancer here, right? You have the Queen of Cups, and now you have the Chariot. You have that vehicle to be successful in summer. Now what's really interesting, they are opposite of each other. Capricorn is giving the light to the full moon. That's happening now in January, to Cancer, right? And the reverse. So Capricorn is getting his full moon in the month of Cancer. And so these are opposite of each other. But you see here that the 7 and the 4 again is an 11. So you have a second time an 11. 11 with you 3 times the 11. So the 7 and the 3 is the 10. The 10 is the success that you want to have. And you see in summer the success. You want to be successful. Emotionally successful, right? Because you're working on your sadness. So the 10. The 10 is a new cycle that is beginning. And you are understanding that something important is coming here to you. What is Cancer saying? Cancer is bringing you the 3 of Swords. So here in the 3 of Swords, of course, is a sadness, is something that is letting you know, well, this is Saturn in Libra. And now we know why you have the 5 of Cups. A sadness that is maybe coming from past relationships. But also remember, you have that Ace of Swords. So you have 4, and that's the meditation. And in the meditation, you learn to let go of the 3 of Swords. 7 and 3, again, a 10. A 10 that is letting you know that with the 3, you have a 13. That's the transformation through Scorpio. And you're letting go. Tears, or really letting go of memories and times spent with people that challenged you, and you learned through that. So recognize that, right? Don't blame them. Let go and realize you learned something through it. So the 4 is left, and the 4, that is the Queen of Cups. She is here to help you to get through this, because the 7 and here the 4 is the 11. The 11 and the 3, the 3rd of November or the 11th of March could be a date where this healing ends and you can continue. Then what is your deck bringing? You get the 7 of Swords. So 3 swords and 7 swords are 10 swords. And 10 swords, it's saying, well, it's finished. Plus 1 sword, 11. Again, you have an 11. So you have 4 times the 11, and 4 times is the heart. Have the heart to really let go, because these 7 swords are actually letting you know that you are Moon in Aquarius, in self-doubt, in the victimhood, right? And you have a 7-7 portal. So we leave that. You have the healing. You have the understanding that you can heal. Then you have the 3. Plus the 3 of Swords, a 33, right? So you have 11 a few times, and now a 7-7 and a 33 again. And a 33 again, right? And so this sadness is within the Empress, that time where she becomes stronger. We always have to recognize, right? Even though this is difficult, but she's getting stronger. And altogether you have 11. That's the inner wisdom that you're gaining from it, right? Without it, we are not so powerful, right? We're more powerful the more we went through difficult times. So the 7-7 is talking here. What is bringing the Mother Peace Tarot is bringing you the Sun of Swords to the left. And the Sun of Swords is a Gemini, and the Gemini here is pointing to Cancer. Gemini is before Cancer, so this is the 3rd zodiac sign, and Cancer is the 4th zodiac sign, but again the 7 and the 3 is a 10. The 10 and the 7 is the 17. Aquarius, right? Pluto in Aquarius told you, may the force be with you. You know what to do. Gemini is the communication, how to communicate lovingly. You learn that through Cancer. Learn to communicate. Learn to express your sadness. Learn to express it from the highest consciousness, the way you articulate it, the way you speak about it. And he's quite brutal here, but he's pointing to the left. And so sometimes when it's to the left, he's kind of like going more deep within. And he's recognizing maybe that he shouldn't be so cruel in the way he communicates. But you have the Chariot here and you understand, okay, that's just a side of Gemini. So the 7-7, and again here the 3 with the 3 of Swords, right? 3 times the 3 become powerful by knowing that you're not letting no one push you or bring you things that just don't work anymore. What is Gemini saying? He's bringing you the 2 of Pentacles. And you don't have any Pentacles yet, but you have here Jupiter in Capricorn. So Capricorn is saying, look at how you communicate, play with the energies, and play with the fact that here the yin and yang, right, the duality is bringing you here the 2 of Pentacles. Juggle with life, juggle with the information. And so the 2 is left here because we have 3 times the 3 and 2 times the 7, and this is left alone, the 2, the duality. So concentrate on the duality when you communicate, when you talk with people, and see that there is a shift, that there is now through Capricorn a way of communicating, a way of saying things that make sense, that are not mean, but that are coming from self-love, right? And 3 times the 3, the empowerment lies here in your solar plexus. And you know that here the 3 and the 7 is the 10 and the 1 the 11. So you have gotten a certain intelligence about it, and you know how to go about it. Now we look at your card, right? Here, Justice, the soul aspect of you, and you're getting the 7 of Wands. Now look at that. You have 7 Swords and 7 Wands. Now this is counterbalancing. When you start feeling doubt and the victimhood, start doing things where you feel validated to you, not to others. Do things. Today I was doing so many things. I was doing the ginger shot. I was doing a certain spice that I put in my coffee. I was doing blush for my cheeks. I'm producing my own things because I like doing it. And it's not because I want to make money. It's just because I want those beautiful things for myself, right? And so this is where you counterbalance the feeling not worthy. Have the courage to step up and do things that make you feel good. And so these 7 swords are gone. Now you have only 4 swords left, and that's the meditation. That's where you access deep within the knowledge. Now the 7 and the 11, again the 7th of November or the 11th of July as a date, right? So have the courage to do something, have the courage to step up and create whatever you feel like creating, because you get the Ace of Wands. Look at that. So this is the creativity. This is the rising of the Kundalini. This is the rising of the snake up here to the third eye. And she's also saying, go to the third eye. That's where you see the 7 wands. You have 6 wands crossing, and the 1 wand is here. And that's where the creativity begins. And so you have actually not 7 wands, you have 8 wands. And 8 is like, then things go really quick. Here you like having courage to go against someone or something, because this is Mars in Leo. And Leo is creativity and empowerment, right? He roars and he has that creative spark, which is also, of course, connected with your sexuality. And so you're rising into the 8 and the 11, right? The 11th of August or the 8th of November, now a new date appearing. Now, what is bringing you the Mother Piece Tarot? You're getting the Ace of Discs to the left. And the Ace of Discs to the left is pointing here at the 7 of Wands. And so you have 2 discs and 1, you have again a 3. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 times the 3. 4 times the 3 is literally saying, well, now you understand very clear that you want to awaken, that you want to come to a place of financial independence, right? Because the Ace is pointing here to the action and is saying, well, even though it's going down, it's saying, yes, you can do it, right? You have 3 Pentacles, and that's working with others together. Alone, you can maybe not do what you want to do, and so work with others together. That's what the 3 of Pentacles is always about. And so you're coming out from duality into singularity, and even though it's pointing down, it's already that step to that 1, right? You had the 11, etc., and you had the Ace of Sword, right? Pointing over to the right. Now this is pointing down to the left, and so somehow this Ace of Sword is gonna bring the idea to continue whatever you can do to act and to know that you have that divine spark, and that divine spark brings you the information, because you have 3 aces, right? The wand, the pentacle, and the sword. The only ace that's missing is the cup, and you have 5 cups. So don't be sad, right? Let that sadness be a push for you to go to the next level. And here it is, right? So 11 and the 7 and the 11. I mean, it's really, the 11 is coming strong, right? And you know it's clear. You know, you understand. You know what the message is. You can put your story in it. Whatever works, put it in it. And whatever doesn't work, don't put it in it. And know that these climbing up the ladder situations, right? Being successful also brings a certain attachment. So observe it simply. Don't create something that is like, you know, that kind of typical, well, that's bad and that's not good. Well, we all want to have a certain successful life, right? But some do it in their way, right? Some do it in another way. Some do it by having ideas and getting paid for it. Some by taking actions. And some by knowing the material world is supporting all of that, right? And so, you know, that's the message here today. And you know that you can do it. So I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we got the Sun in Aquarius. The Ace of Swords is here. The 17 came as well, right? Remember, we had that beautiful moment where the star said, yeah, be a star. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.